Okay, guys, so let me use I'm gonna use Spy since a lot of you use Spy. I've been using Spy the last few days since uh there's not much information on change Tesla. There's not much information on ES up here. Let me show you guys really quick why I've been using Spy these last few days. These are some ugly volume profiles. I don't know why I made him like that. Oh well. But let me just zoom out. Let me remove the let's go to regular trading hours. Let me remove these blue lines here. Is this thing not gonna work? Really? This is so annoying. I don't know why these settings are not working. Come on. Well, that sucks. But that's really lame. Like if we go to the daily, you can see how we don't have wait a minute. This shouldn't look like that. Oh, yes. ESH. Okay, so if we go to like ESH, which is the contracts that most of you should be trading now, you can see how we don't have basically any levels over here. We have all this crap going on over here. So this is why I've been using SPY to, basically chart my levels while ES starts, moving down. Once ES starts moving down, then I'll have, volume profiles to look at. But since we haven't started moving down, I have to look at SPY. Let me just reset this one. Okay, guys. So on Friday, you saw how what is this? Hold on. That was weird. Anyways, on Friday, you saw how, the market gapped up. We had a lot of big tech gapping up. But, on this gap up, well, we did have, pretty strong buying pressure at the open. We really didn't do much above these levels over here on SPY. You can see how basically price touched this area and had a pretty strong rejection. Okay, so what is this telling me, guys? So, the market gapped up. We moved back into a high area of interest. Why is this a high area of interest? Massive, massive high volume node here. And not only that, but we have this as the point of control. So in this whole session, the most traded level was this here, this point of control. Let me delete this for a bit. So if you guys see this red line, this is the basically most traded level where traders traded the most in this session. Despite the massive sell-off here, this is where we had the most trading. Okay. So what is this telling us, guys? So first of all, price attempted to move up, twice here. And here it basically showed us that, there was a failed attempt from the buyers. Why? Because of the price action right here. I mean, this is pretty clear and, pretty straightforward. Failed attempt from the buyers. Okay. So what is this telling us? There's heavy sellers in this area. Sellers like this area right here. And I kept seeing these things on Twitter, the Santa rally, the all that, and excuse my French, all that bullshit of the Santa rally. I don't really give a damn about, the 2-week Santa rally that usually happens during Christmas. I don't give a crap about that. Price action here showed us there's some pretty fucking strong sellers, right? Like we had like almost 5-point sell-off. Look at this. Almost 7-point sell-off from here. Guys, like this, that's pretty obvious, right? So on this move up, yes, we had the really nice move up, really nice gap up, uh, strong bullish momentum at open. But then, the sellers, I mean, the buyers fumbled the ball right here. We reached this same area again, point of control. And if you watch my previous videos on YouTube, you've seen how, price tends to pull back into point of controls or value area highs or lows, depending on the direction that price is going. And then it'll have a pretty good rejection from those levels. So, this happened in SPY. This, gave me bearish bias for the session. SPY failed to reclaim this area. And this is where we saw, the massive seller step in on Wednesday. So yes, Friday we did, I mean, Thursday we had, a pretty decent recovery, you know, but it wasn't really that much of a recovery due to the lacking in buyer strength, because this is not buyer strength right here. This is just, in my opinion, this is just chop. This is buyer strength right here. But it wasn't all that good where it recovered the whole selling. Over here, they attempted to recover the whole selling, but it didn't happen. And after, they attempted to take out point of control, we rejected multiple times and finally ended up, selling off right here. So for starters, that gave me, bearish bias. Okay, so I know that SPY is looking pretty bearish. So, let's take a quick look at QQQ as well. I know a lot of you like to take trades on QQQ, and QQQ was basically the same thing, guys. If SPY and QQQ are doing, some pretty bearish activity, why am I gonna try to, go along at the highs? Does that make sense? Any questions so far? I'll go running under the POC high volume node, then expansion happens at POC. Chris, well, it's really not easy to see these type of moves like this one here. I mean, these moves are very rare. If you can catch him, that's fantastic. But we don't often see this. I was actually outside of the house when this happened. Otherwise, I would have taken this trade like with my eyes closed. Like it was just too good to, let go of this trade, because this break right here, oh, it didn't mark. So this break right here was just too good. No strong bearish candle pullback, failed on the pullback, and this would have been a really good entry on this candle here. Right here would have been like, you know what, I'm going puts right here, and then have a stop like just above this candle. That would have been like a 7 to 8 point stop on ES approximately. But it would have been worth it, because this profile here didn't show much support for the buyers. So my first initial target would have been like this area, but we ended up selling even more. Any questions, comments, anything before we, keep going? Okay, so let's continue. So now we saw, QQQ and SPY are looking pretty bearish, have some pretty bearish activity over here at the highs. Now let's go take a look at Tesla. Let me make this, screen bigger. Let's go take a look at Tesla. Okay, Tesla. So we saw the, pretty good selling. Let me turn off the volume profiles in Tesla, because I'm gonna have to do this manually. Let's see if this is gonna work. No. Okay, let me draw this manually. Where is this one? Should be right here. Just give me a few seconds, guys. I need to draw these profiles manually so I can show you guys exactly what I was looking at. And there we go. Okay. So can someone tell me, just from taking a quick look at this area here, what do you see in this area? What pops out in this area right here? Just take a quick guess. Ah, very good, Slim. Yes, yes, yes. We have stacking point of controls. Not only that, but even the whole session is basically stacked right here. It's not necessarily weakening volume nodes, Chris, because we have some pretty, strong high volume nodes over here, here and here. But what should catch your interest here is the stacking of profiles. So you can see how this whole area right here is just profile stacking right there. That whole area. You have point of control here. You have basically a whole volume session right here. And you have, point of control very close to this area as well. And the high value area high right here. So you have a lot of interest in this area, guys. A lot of interest. Okay, and look at where we are over here in Tesla. Okay, let me draw this profile here. So this profile is going to show how it looks from the open to like this right here. Okay, so this is the volume profile that I was looking at when I sent the alert that, hey guys, if we start selling in the market, I think Tesla's gonna have a $4 to $5 sell-off. And that's exactly what happened. Had about a $4 sell-off from this area. Resistance for a while there. Yeah, Israel, it was a really good level for a few days. Okay, guys, and guys, like this is very, very simple, a very simple setup, very easy to find. It's just all about finding value in the market, guys. Literally, it's just, when you're using volume profiles, all you have to look for is value. In this whole area, the most value was held here. What happened over here? Yes, we chopped a little bit. My contracts got really bent over here. I got them at 0.77 and they were down 50% at one point. But I mean, they are 0 DTE. So, this is why, when you're trading 0 DTE, you need to, size down a little bit on that. So you can have less emotions kicking in when you see the value of the contract drop, like that. Okay, so we found this confluence in profiles. So how do we set the price targets? Oh, one more thing. I usually don't chart, trends, but I was looking at this little trend forming in Tesla right here. And I was noticing how this here was being very, very important. This little intraday resistance here. Let me show you why. So first of all, over here, price action, we had a massive green candle, reject. Attempt to break out here, reject. One more attempt, and then reject. And look at where the candles are closing. Do you see where the candles close right here? And that's something that a lot of people don't pay attention to, guys. The candle closes. Notice how we have 1, 2, and then, first we have candle close here, candle close here, and then over here we have reject, reject, and the final reject. And this is, very simple stuff, or very easy stuff to find that not a lot of people pay attention to. And it's just very basic price action, guys. This is not rocket science. This is not, don't try to make things overcomplicated. Like, I mean, anybody could find this stuff here. It's just a matter of paying attention to what price is doing. So, we had SPY making a reject of Thursday, Wednesday, I think, point of control. We had QQQ making that reject of that point of control as well. Then we have like Apple. Let's take a quick look at Apple, guys. I also gave a trade on Apple, but I'm not gonna go into that too much since Apple was not. It was an okay setup, but give me 1 second. Let me turn on the profiles because we need to see which day. Okay, there we go. So not only that, but guys, look at this selling in Apple. And I'm not sure if you guys read the message that I sent in the morning that, yes, Apple is, at all-time highs, but is it really convenient to buy Apple at all-time highs when you have decreasing iPhone sales in China? Then you have this issue with its Apple Watch going on. And, it's just not a very good area for in my opinion, for investors to buy. So once I saw this, really nice sell-off in Apple, I was also looking to, try some shorts over here. And I think these went to like 15-20%. I don't remember, but it was really good trade. I took it, it paid well. And then we move on to the next, which was Tesla. So, you're seeing this selling going on in Apple, in QQQ, in SPY. And then you have the guys like Microsoft. Microsoft was struggling to break above, Wednesday point of control as well. We had a lot of stuff going on, guys. A lot of stuff going on Friday that not a lot of people were paying attention to because a lot of people had their mind in the Santa rally idea. So, Microsoft, same thing, massive sell-off on Wednesday. Thursday, we had a recovery. And then Friday, price was starting to struggle here, right? So we got Tesla doing that. We got Apple. We got Microsoft. Then we got SPY and QQQ struggling. A lot of struggle in the mega caps. A lot of struggle. Amazon, same thing. Struggling to push higher beyond the Thursday close. Thursday, this yellow line is the Thursday close. You can see how it's struggling here. So, this volume profile for this session was basically resistance for Amazon. What's another mega cap? NVIDIA. NVIDIA has become very important for the market as well. One of the top performers. Guys, NVIDIA, once again, struggling to push. Like, a lot of mega caps were just struggling to push. Now let's go take a look at IWM, which is the Russell 2000. Guys, Russell 2000 had a massive move at open, but the momentum was quickly faded. It was faded here, massive momentum again, faded, massive momentum again. But this also caught my attention, guys. Like, on the second attempt to break the highs over here, let me show you really quick. So you see how Valley area high is right here. Oh, we have a line right here. So this is Valley area high. So IWM ended up failing to break the Valley area high. 1, 2, 3. Here it broke out for a few minutes. Then this was the fourth time. So we were having the market struggling to the upside all across the board. So, that to me was too many signs saying, hey, the fucking Saturn rally's not happening. And it didn't happen. Let's go back to Tesla. Oh, now let me show you the price targets in Tesla. So I already show you, what I was looking at in price action in Tesla. The little, what's it called? Bear flag here going on. Show you, the stacking profiles. The whole area became resistance. I show you confluence across tickers. Let me hide this. Okay. So I show you confluence across tickers. Now I'm going to show you how I was looking for that 45-point sell-off. So a lot of people would have been like, okay, you know what? This is pretty good spot to target. And yes, I actually closed a lot of my contracts, I think somewhere around here. And okay, let me show you what. So oftentimes, and I did paper hand it big time, but oftentimes price tends to touch these valley area highs from previous sessions and it bounces. And how do we know if it's gonna bounce or not? There's really no way of telling, guys. Like the only way we will know is once it happens. So we're not here to predict if it's gonna bounce or not. We're just here to protect our money. So once price reaches one of our price targets, we should already be, on the move to trim, on the move to move stops closer, just managing our risk. Okay, so this was one of my first price targets right here. Like I said, oftentimes price tends to touch previous value area highs, and it just does this. SPY has been doing that for like the past few days. So I wasn't risking my 0 DTEs on that. Okay, so now I show you why this was the first price target. Now the second price target was, and let me draw another volume profile. So we need this one right here. 8:30 is market open. It's right there, approximately. So this was my second price target right here. Oh, hold on. Where is it? Right there. So this was my second price target right here. And why is that? Once again, we have stacking profiles here. Here we have a point of control, valley area low, valley area low. Here we did chop in this session, but you can see how price respects this area quite a bit down here and quite a bit up here. But once it goes inside, it just flushes through. You can see how price just flushed through here, and it just kept going through here, and then over here it just started chopping above. And once again, guys, it's just price action and stacking volume profiles. There's no rocket science. There's no tricks to this. It's just you need to be really patient on the setups and try to find these little things, these little details that can really help you turn around your trading, guys. I mean, who would have thought it was just, oh, look, it's a profile here that's stacking, value area low, value area low. Okay, we're gonna mark this area here, and this is basically all I was looking for. I wasn't really looking for anything special. That was all of it, literally, like nothing else. Any questions? Comments, concerns, ideas? Yes, I do have an IG. I don't even remember my IG since I don't use it much. Uh, yeah. I mean, you can follow me on Twitter if you want. Sometimes I talk a lot of shit there, but it's oh, let me send it here. Yeah, Chris, it's very important, guys, and with volume profiles, it's very important to understand the price action around value area high and value area low and the point of control. You know, it's not about understanding, oh, we have the line here, we have point of control here, but more about the price action around these levels, you know? Yes, having the line, knowing where the line is important, but it's more important to understand how price action reacts around these levels. That's what you need to learn. No, no, no Twitter for the farm. Not yet, Slim. Um, I think if we want to see, some pretty strong bearish pressure, we need to take out these lows right here. And I mean, we'll see what happens next week. I'm not going into next week with, bearish bias or bullish bias. I'm just going to wait for, to see what happens. Yeah, we have some pretty nice gaps to the downside that need to be filled. A lot of gaps. But for the next session, um, let's take a look at the weekly. Da-da-da, this could start loading. Okay, weekly area here. Yep, yep. This whole area is going to be very important right here. So we have a weekly profile here. It's a bit tough to mark. We can mark it all the way down here. Pretty large area. And then we're gonna have this right here as our main resistance. So we're gonna have to be looking at this range right here from 468 approximately to, the session, I mean the Wednesday highs. So we're gonna have to look at these levels here next week. Let's see what happens. If I see, market weakness over here at these highs, I'm gonna take some puts. If I see, strong supporting market down here, I might take light size calls. I'm not very happy with taking calls, at all-time highs, but we'll see what next week brings. UVXI, I really don't trade that one very much. Oh, sorry, UVXY. I really don't trade that one that much. I mean, that UVXI trade that we had, it was pretty good though. We caught basically, I think was it this or this? I don't even remember. But I really don't have any thoughts on this. It's basically just BIX. It follows BIX. Um, but I really have no thoughts on this. I usually only trade UVXY when I'm expecting some, strong movement. Um, but other than that, I really don't trade that one that much. Any other questions before we wrap it up? Comments, concerns, ideas, anything? Awesome. Yeah, no problem, Slim. Hopefully this helps you guys understand a little bit better of what I look for. Let me stop the recording.